Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand the impact of Jupiter affliction due to Rahu Ketu axis in the current transits. So, Rahu and Jupiter, whenever they conjunct, they make a dosha called as Guru Chandala dosha. And whenever a planet is on Rahu Ketu axis, it is said that the planet is afflicted. That means the planet's strength would be reduced because of the Rahu Ketu axis. And even in the natal horoscopy is when you are checking a horoscope of a native, whenever a planet is on Rahu Ketu axis, it is afflicted, means its strength is basically reduced. There are some exceptions for this, something like when Rahu and Mars conjunct, basically Rahu expands the energy of Mars. And when this conjunction generally happens in the Kendra or Trikona, Kendra means 14710, Trikona is 159. Whenever this conjunction, Rahu Mars conjunction happens in the Kendra or Trikona, with Mars being the lord of Kendra or Trikona, such a conjunction gives some extra benefits to the native. But other than this Mars, whatever planet is placed on the Rahu Ketu axis, its strength is generally reduced. And in the year 2023, from the month May till the month November, you can see Rahu and Jupiter are conjoining. And that too, in the month of June 2023, you can observe a very close conjunction between Rahu and Jupiter. So, in this case, as Jupiter is present on the Rahu Ketu axis and Jupiter is conjoining with Rahu, you can see Jupiter is actually afflicted. Its strength is going to be reduced, and whenever Rahu and Jupiter conjoin, it's called as Guru Chandala dosha. So Jupiter would be drained out, even though it would give some resources, but again the resources are drained out by Rahu. So what are the implications of it? What are the impacts of this particular Jupiter, the very benefic planet? Whenever you talk about mundane astrology, you check for Jupiter, because Jupiter represents so many things in mundane astrology, means predicting the world events. So what is Jupiter in mundane astrology? So Jupiter basically represents a country's stature, a nation's pride, and international recognition. Jupiter is finance. The financial backbone of any country is Jupiter. Financial backbone of world is Jupiter. So it's a nation's pride. It also indicates the nature of the general public. Jupiter signifies the rulers, the apex bodies, and the judicial system of the nation. Whenever you talk about judicial system of a nation, you talk about Jupiter. Jupiter represents judges. It indicates diplomatic relations and foreign affairs also. So Jupiter is a strong indicator of growth and expansion. especially for the large projects of the nation. So Jupiter is the prosperity in mundane astrology. So it signifies capital expenditure towards growth. It also stands for finance and wealth management at a higher level. It's the prosperity. Jupiter is prosperity. Jupiter is religion. Jupiter is philosophy and higher education. It stands for peace and prosperity. So Jupiter indicates ethics and values, success and luck. Is a planet of philanthropy, indicating projects and institutions that help the nation. It's basically Jupiter in mundane astrology, that is predicting the world events. It represents the biggest thing, it represents the largest, highest, massive, it's the greatest. So such kind of things. So when this particular Jupiter is afflicted, you can see the prosperity of the world is basically, it slows down. That is the fundamental behavior. See, financial head of the country or the richest people in the country, in the world, finance ministry, even the Reserve Bank or the central bank of any country, the finances, revenue, wealth, financial gain, whatever you talk, you talk about the finance. Finance is Jupiter. Financial instruments of the government, financial institutions, capitalism, bankers, financiers, the treasurers, bonds, even the promissory notes. So cashiers, tax collectors, right? This is all Jupiter's energy. So the financial policies and allocation of financial resources, it's all Jupiter. It signifies large plans and large projects related to expansion, including government projects or private projects, whatever. So any kind of financial institution is basically influenced by Jupiter. So Jupiter is growth of a country. So basically, a prestigious projects, a sincere and wise projects, strong projects, initiatives that can bring reforms in the country, right? This is all, even the pensions, royalties, whatever, all the money related activities represented with Jupiter. Is a financial world as a Jupiter. Even the business, trade, because these are all related to money, the industries, the richest people in the country are represented by Jupiter. So as Jupiter is afflicted, and in the month of June, especially this Rahu and Jupiter is coming very closer, you can observe in the month of June, there would be a heavy loss for the world richest people. Even sometimes, the world richest people, they are afraid of the situations around them. It's a very, very dangerous situation for the richest people because of this Rahu-Jupiter conjunction. And even the rulers, persons having some good reputation in the society, they are all going to be affected because of this Rahu-Jupiter conjunction. Any head of the state can be represented with Jupiter because Jupiter is their backbone. The richest people backbone or the ruler's backbone is Jupiter. Even the legislators, senators, ministers, cabinet members, these are all basically some of the richest people in the country, people having good reputation in the country. So such people are going to be impacted heavily, right? So any kind of higher authorities whether it can be related to politics or sports or anything, and the foreign relations are going to be disturbed, right? Judiciary is another area, can be represented by Jupiter, the highest judicial body of the nation. Legal institutions like the Supreme Court, High Court, and other courts of law, the tribunals, legal affairs, law and order, guardians, protectors. These are all related to all judiciary bodies related to Jupiter only. Religion is Jupiter. So religious places, any kind of religious place, you can represent that with Jupiter energy only. Whatever happens to a religion institution, that's all related to Jupiter only. And literature and higher learning in a country is all related to Jupiter. So there are some religious disturbances around the world you can observe in the month of June for sure. There are some bankruptcy of big financial institutions you can observe in the month of June. Bankruptcy of countries you can observe in the month of June. And reputation of big rulers in the world would be spoiled, be damaged, that you will observe in the month of June, right? Because of course from the month of May 2023 to November 2023, Rahu Jupiter conjunction presents. So whatever we are discussing now, you can see them from May 2023 to November 2023, but especially the month of June is very crucial because Rahu Jupiter are coming very closer during this month. So educational system basically, so of course the academics, the logical thinking, that's all represented by Mercury, but the educational system, the design, schools and colleges is all, the educational bodies are basically represented by Jupiter. Philanthropy, so that's Jupiter. The values and culture of a country is integrity, supremacy, truth, right? This is all the idealism of a country is all represented by Jupiter. Jupiter is some noble planet, as long as you talk about mundane astrology. So recognition and rewards, the noble works, recognition of achievements, right? The awards, whatever prizes, this is all related to Jupiter energy. The population and health, basically the growth of a country, represented by Jupiter only. So when Jupiter is afflicted like this, a very big affliction of Jupiter is happening, then you can say the values and culture of various countries are going to be heavily disturbed, right? And there would be some conflict related to recognition and rewards also. You can observe population of various countries would be impacted, right? Instead of having growth, you can observe a kind of decline. The educational system of various countries would be disturbed. So these are the areas, the judicial system of different countries would be disturbed, right? The foreign relations are going to be disturbed. See, this Jupiter, we're talking, see, just this Rahu Ketu axis, on the Rahu Ketu axis observing Jupiter can happen, this kind of event occurs, right? Not every year, but sometimes you can clearly observe it. Every 12 years at least you can observe it once, right? For sure. But the problem here is this particular Jupiter is a special one because it's not only present on the Rahu Ketu axis, it is also watched by Saturn. It is also watched by Saturn, right? And I will make another video when it is going to be watched by Mars also. right? So Mars will come to Virgo sometime after some months. Then this particular Jupiter would be having a conjunction of Rahu, the third aspect of Saturn, and the eighth aspect of Mars. So Jupiter would be heavily impacted in that month also. We'll see that, make another video on that. So Jupiter is financial backbone, the judicial system, higher learning, population growth, or the growth of a country, the general health of a country, the ruler's reputation is all Jupiter. Expansion, the prosperity of a country is all Jupiter. So in these areas, you can clearly see there would be, right, some negative impact. So obviously the June is coming, then it's very good if the various governments across the world, try to plan for a better world, avoiding all the situations that we discussed. They can contact any astrologer, right? Any astrologer in India, and even it's very well known thing that when Jupiter is heavily afflicted because of this Rahu Ketu axis and also by the Saturn's aspect, right, Jupiter would be having some kind of negative impact. Even this Rahu is coming very closer to Jupiter during the month of June. So this is the behavior of this particular Jupiter's energy. Thanks for watching this video.